My wife's glasses, all right? I can't read anything on the bench. I can't read our play sheet, stats. So she had to bring these from home. So I know these are a little silly, but good win. I tell you what, Weber was tough. They were feisty. They were a hard team for us to defend. I give them a ton of credit. And, first game, not having any footage, zero footage, scout film on that team to hold them to 56 it was, or 58, or whatever it was. I don't have my glasses. 58. I mean, I really credit our kids. We just kind of found a way, and we found a lineup that really could kind of guard their stuff with Bargesser and Marty. Bragg was really good tonight. So it was just kind of it probably had a little more stress to it, it felt like tonight. We didn't find a rhythm. And I know our players, Hannah wanted to find a rhythm, Brooke, and we started to force it a little bit. And we played, a little unsettled, but yet still scored 75. So I'm going to take a lot of positives from that because we can be a lot better.
You did have a lot of positives tonight, but the first game is one of those things where you don't overact one way or the other. You really just have to use this game as a gauge to what is possible.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's the first game for a lot of kids out there, for Deedon and for Bargesser and Bragg. And, once they got settled, you could see, they're going to be nice weapons for us. But again, these are stressful games for coaches. I can remember back to Oregon State last year. There was zero video exchange, and it was like all these transfers. Like, what are they going to run? How are they going to guard you? Who are these players? And I thought our kids did a nice job of really competing and finding a way. So I'm going to take a lot of positives from this.
I was going to say, if you couldn't read the play sheet, so you couldn't obviously call anything, is that why you got a shot 70% in the first half?
Yeah.
Because you had no control over it.
Yeah, we found something that we thought would expose them a little bit. And so we just kind of went through some different actions early to see how they might guard it. We got some switches. That's why Bragg got going a little bit early. We set the ball screen really low. Lex got to her game. Marty was a nice spark off the bench. So, the ball screen was the best thing for us tonight. And we found it. We just stuck with it. So, dang, that's pretty good shooting then.
Yeah, it was in the first half.
First half, okay.
You and Lex, when you recruited Lexus, kind of made a deal. You can be who you are. Let's see who you can be. Pretty good debut in your eyes from what?
Yeah, pretty good. She's a fun young lady to coach. She's very, very competitive. She holds herself to an extremely high standard, which she needs to give herself some grace a little bit, and when she can get to her spot, she's pretty hard to handle. You saw her finish with a lot of force at the basket. She wanted to make a three tonight. She took that really bad three. Ask her about that if she's in here, okay? And I got the blessing from her father to get on her about that bad three. But I think we've had some kids just trying to get themselves in the game, and we took some uncharacteristic shots that didn't fit the team. But Lex is really good, and you saw her block some shots late. We put her on Billy, their leading scorer, late, and she locked her up as well as scored it. So pretty good debut, I'd say.
This is a new role for her for college, at least. How much do you kind of have to ride even within games to let her kind of feel it out?
Yeah, that's good. You have to. This is such unfamiliar territory for her at this level. And when big games are on the line, and just getting the feel for when to do this, when to do that. And so I think it takes a while. I think it does. Her role was totally different at Indiana. She was just kind of a reserve, go in, run the offense, not a threat, didn't play through or anything like that. So I think when she just even gets more comfortable on the floor, Kevin, she's going to be really difficult to handle. So, we need to show her, we need to be patient. I feel we're being fairly patient with her. And she needs to be patient with herself and show herself some grace. So,
You had some returners come back. And obviously, when the season ends, you ask them to work on some things. You see Chloe with 6 assists tonight, and she hits both of her threes. She only hit 5 all last year. You saw Marta struggle last year offensively. She found her groove, looked like the end of her sophomore campaign. Is that what you saw come through tonight? Was players really kind of hone in on what they wanted to do in their game and came back and showed signs of what they worked on?
They did. And, Chloe making those 2 threes in the first quarter or first half, that was just, my heart was smiling on those because that young lady has really, really worked on it. And she took them within the flow of what we were doing. It's not like, I'm going to force it or whatever. So that probably makes a coach more happy than the threes going in. They were just the right shot at the right time. And Marty's been good ever since she stepped foot on campus from her 3-on-3 this summer. That young lady's been remarkable. And we're bringing her off the bench right now just because I like bringing, arguably your best guard off the bench. And that just balances out. We shouldn't have a letdown. So we played 2 exhibitions and a game, and we've scored 75 plus in each. And Marty has a lot to do with that. She's been outstanding, and her three's confident. She's shooting them within the flow, and it's fun to watch those kids be productive at the things that we asked them to get better at.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks everybody.
Let's go.
Yeah, Lindy. I mean, really? She set me up.
Jack brought that in. He was worried
Marty,
somebody
I didn't
rolled
mean
it,
to.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, okay.
On me?
Who speaks
Oh,
loudest?
he
Who speaks the loudest?
I
You sit
don't really
here,
know.
who speaks loudest?
We both kind of speak loud. I'm just gonna start screaming. I really want this, honestly.
You ready, Matt? Yes. So Alexis, you talked in the recruiting process with Ryan, you could have a new role. What did it feel like going out tonight trying to pursue that?
I mean, this is what it's been since the minute I got to campus. Coach Williams and all the coaches have put so much confidence in me, and I just felt like this was no different day. It was just like practice, and I could just go out there and be me.
But did it feel good to have that role and have somebody trust you with that role and go through a full 40 minutes doing that?
Yeah, it really did, and I mean, I would do anything for these coaches, and I know they do anything for me, so that's what's most fun about it.
And Marty, for you, I know last year was kind of an offensive struggle at times. You looked a lot like the person you did at the end of your sophomore year when you had 8 out of 10 games in double figures, 4 of them 20 plus. What felt different tonight? What feels better about your game offensively right now?
I feel like it's just more flowy. I think definitely my confidence has grown more this summer. So I came into this year thinking I have nothing to lose. This is my last year. I have to go out with a bang. I can't do whatever I did last year because it's not going to help team and it's not going to help me in the future as well.
So, go ahead.
Coach is saying they likes what you can provide coming off the bench kind of help, I guess, the level for the team staff. Just what's that role like for you?
Yeah, I've come off I've done that previously, in high school as well, even though, I was a big offensive weapon. I like coming off the bench. I like seeing kind of what the other team is doing and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be better off for me come off the bench because I guess, we have great guards in the first 5, so I think that's going to help us more.
And then the two of you together are such a powerful force on offense. So how do you think this is just going to reflect the rest of the season for you guys?
I think that this game came with a lot of rough patches, and it also came with a lot of good moments during the game. And going forward, I know that we can just keep building off of that, and it's going to be super fun. We're going to be a fun team to watch, and yeah, we like playing together. We like playing for the coaches, and we're excited for what the rest of the year is going to bring.
I asked Ryan about it, but you saw what Chloe went through last year. She had a really good freshman year. She struggled with her 3. She hits 2 tonight, and you kind of know what that means to her. It's something she worked on. As a teammate, what do you see? What does it mean to you when you see her work on something and it come to fruition in a game?
I mean, like, you see her working every day, and we're a team, we're a family. We want each other to succeed, and just seeing her transform that practice onto the court, it's been truly a blessing, and we're so happy that she's scoring those threes, and it's going to spread out the floor more as we go on to the season, so it's definitely been really great.
It's one game, but what do you guys want to kind of clean up, improve on, moving into the next one?
I think at the end of the game, our energy level kind of went down. I think we need to finish each game as we started it. So that's something we definitely need to clean up, and just pushing through that tiredness. I think we definitely didn't win a lot of those 50-50 balls when they did.
And then Alexis, tonight, how did this help you adjust to being on the team a bit more?
Yeah, each game I felt a little more comfortable playing with these girls, but really, like, everyone's super easy to play with. Like Marty said earlier, we all just want the best for each other, and so it's super cool to be poured into so much and be able to pour into everyone else, and yeah.
So how's it feel though? I mean, you play a great game tonight, and then you walk in, and Ryan, of course, has to stress the forced three that you took, and yeah, I mean, is that just how you got to deal with him this year?
You know what? I told him the other day, I said, I want you to get on me more, because I want to do everything you want from me this year. I want to play for you. I want to play for this team. So whatever you got to do, I want you to get on me more. So he's doing that.
But he also said that you need to give yourself some grace. Does a night like tonight help you do that, or is it just going to make it worse?
You know, I'm typically very hard on myself. He's right. I do need to give myself some more grace, and he definitely helps with that every day. So.
Thank you.
Thanks.